I guess. So anyway, how are you? Let's talk about movies. Let's talk because I'm gonna stop talking about work. We'll talk about movies. Do you remember my
Hey,
dad
you
joke?
you live that lifestyle of surround yourself with people you want to be around. Get that negativity out of there. You swipe left on that negativity. Get it
Swipe
out of
left.
there. Get it out of there. I don't want that stuff. Are you person being mean to you at work? Get it out of there. Get
Get it
out.
out.
That's a quick swipe left right there.
Now
You
I'm
know,
saying, well, I can do what I
you
want.
go to you go to the store and a guy behind the counter says something. You know what? I'll take my business elsewhere. Swipe left. Goodbye.
Swipe left.
Yeah, exactly. Then you go, to online. You go to the movie guys, then you swiping right because it's just nothing but compliments and good graces here.
Hello, and thank you very much for downloading this most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. You can download many more episodes at movieguyspodcast.podbean.com.
2 years in the making. My wife and I go get her popcorn. We sit down in the theater, and she looks at me and she goes, "Do you know that you told me about this movie 2 years ago?" And I was like, "Oh my god, 2 years! The hype. We were the only ones there not wearing pink. We're talking about Barbie. Eric, how the hell you doing?"
I thought you would at least greet me with a hi, Ken. Hi, Ken.
Sorry. Hi, Ken. God,
It's
I love it.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not wearing pink, then you're standing out, right?
Yeah,
So
no, I
where's your
was.
pink? A
Um,
la 2006 lean back Fat Joe.
um, I did the lean back, everybody. So yeah, Barbie, right? I mean, I told you about this 2 years ago. I was like, dude, they're making Barbie, Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling. I remember your reaction too. You were like, that makes sense. Like it seemed like everything kind of made sense, and I was excited for this to come out.
I wasn't expecting this much of a hype. This has become really, I don't know if it's just my limited exposure where I'm clicking on the wrong things that are all Barbie related, if it's all mainstream, or it doesn't seem that way, given by the box office totals, that it seems to have global appeal.
Young and old. We show up in my small local theater. People in their 80s. I'm not exaggerating. Tweens, young children like my daughter's age, and people like our age. Like, I mean, my theater was mixed. I asked the manager. I told the story 1,000 times about the manager and I are buddies. I said, "Is everybody here to see Oppenheimer?" He's like, "No, man, Barbie." I was like, "Are you serious?" So yeah, I mean, like this thing is huge, and I think the casting has something to do with it. The
Absolutely.
original, I mean, like the original pick was Gaga. I don't think Gaga could have pulled off this.
Yeah, I feel. Is it my bad to say that Gaga's a little short? How short is Lady Gaga? How tall is
She's
Lady
not
Gaga?
Well, she's not tall enough, but it's movie magic, Eric. They could make her tall. But no, Margot Robbie is perfect in this role, right?
Yeah,
I mean, like,
yeah. Margot Robbie's better fit for Barbie than Gaga.
so question
Five
about
one.
Margot,
Ugh.
real quick. Question. I thought about this with Margot. Can you name any other actor, actress that you know off the top of your head that you could say, oh my God, was born to play that role, multiple different roles? Margot Robbie would be Harley Quinn. Regardless of what you think about Birds of Prey, when she was casted originally as Harley Quinn, she was great. And now she was casted as Barbie, and she is what she is in this movie. We haven't just decided, you know what I mean? So, like, have you ever had any other actor or actress in your life that's gone, wow, that person more than once? Because, I mean, what's
Oh,
next for her?
I mean, absolutely. There are actors who do such a good job in a role that they will forever be typecasted in that role, whether it be because they do such a good job of that character or because that character is so unique and original that it just leaves a mark,
But
right?
twice, though, but
Like
twice.
Napoleon Dynamite or something like that.
Sure, but that guy hasn't done anything that's memorable twice. She's done it twice.
Well, in the same part, I guess Christian Bale then, right, is has done a good part of that too, where he's left a memorable impression.
Yeah, American Psycho,
Oh
Bruce
my
Wayne,
God, is
sure.
that a watermark?
No, it's Bone.
It's bone.
Uh,
Raised letter.
no, yeah, I mean Margot Robbie. So Ryan Gosling, right? We all know Ryan Gosling from, of course, Say Cheese and Die, the Goosebumps show. No, I'm joking. Everybody got introduced to Ryan Gosling with The Notebook. We all did. We reviewed him a few years ago with The Notebook. Perfect Ken for this movie.
Absolutely.
Everybody was perfectly casted besides Will Ferrell.
Yeah, it was kind of brought up to what his character was really even doing there and why Mattel chose to represent themselves as like this goofy corporate overlord type of thing that's maybe lost its way, trying to find its way back. I think that's maybe the best they could have done to be included onto the joke.
I have no
Really?
idea. I mean, I was waiting him to go Magatu. That's what Will Ferrell needed to be. Like he needed to sip a latte and
There.
spit it. You know, he
That's
needed
what
to
I
be
was thinking.
Magatu.
Yeah,
Todd.
that's a good point. Well, Sarah brought to the point that he played this character before in Lego Movie, but you know what? That's probably a better way of putting it. That this character really felt like Mugatu with a suit on.
Right, he needed to be Magatu because we didn't want Ken to be the villain. The villain, every movie has a villain, right? The villain can't be Ken, and I guess the villain is Ken.
Well, I thought the villain overall was the patriarchy, right?
There we go. Yeah. Ooh, this movie was tough. My wife wanted and had scheduled this to go see it with her girlfriends. I said, I'm going to go see it too. It's going to be weird if we just, hey, I don't know you. And she was like, I'll go with you. And when we got in the car, she said, I wish I saw it with my girlfriends. Because I didn't get it. I didn't know that weird Barbie was a thing. She was like, I had a weird Barbie. And I was like, oh, they actually make that? She goes, no, every girl has a weird Barbie. It's a
Everyone has
Barbie you play
weird
to your hair.
Barbie.
Right. So I'm like, okay. So yes, man, I was excited. I was really excited to go into this one. So I'm gonna talk about missed opportunities. Stereotype, maybe, but this movie should have, and why it didn't. This movie should have opened with Margot Robbie doing her routine in her little convertible with Ken, all the dolls singing the Barbie girl theme song. That should have been the opening.
Sure. You say
What
you don't want to do the 2001 Space Odyssey opening there?
the 2001 Space Odyssey opening was really stupid. And not because I respect 2001 Space Odyssey, I just don't think it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not that guy that's like, 2001 can't be touched. I'm just saying it was just stupid. Like, the movie she opened up with her and the convertible, hello, Barbie, let's go party. You know, like, should have been this big musical.
Yeah.
That's what that should have done.
That part did seem kind of like the teaser just got added on to the start of the movie.
Well, it's because she was wearing the iconic very first Barbie outfit, the black and white striped bikini,
Yeah,
not swimsuit.
but yeah, I felt like, no, I agree with you. It might have been, but the intro was a narrative with Helen Mirren, right?
Yeah, right.
Explaining, catching the audience up of what's going on. This is what the movie's all about. I had to admit, the first maybe 15 minutes of this movie, or maybe probably less than that, 5-10 minutes, you're you're kind of adjusting, seeing like, okay, what's gonna happen here? Because Jordan, I ask you in 2003, 23, excuse me, how do you make a Barbie movie?
By opening it with the "Let's go Barbie, let's go party," right? I mean,
That's
I,
too easy. That's too easy to open up with Aqua. Which, by the way, I don't think they played that movie or that song in this movie at all.
I don't think they did. If they did, it was ending credits. So I would have done the story completely different. When they first announced they were going to do this movie, my wife will actually, if she was on the show, she would say it was true. 2 years ago, I said, "Oh my God, they're making a Barbie movie," and my wife was excited. And then I said, "Watch, she's going to go in the real world." That's standard. So so to answer your question, I would not make her go into the real world. It would be strictly in Barbie land. And since this is a Mattel movie, I would have different lands that are all Mattel. Since they're going to do like a Barney movie, have Barney Land. Since they have, I don't know, other Mattel have that. I don't know. That would be my best answer.
That's
Is make
coming
it
up, by the way. I don't know if
yeah.
you know this, but because of the pink fever that has past the globe right now. Geez, I sound like I'm on Good Morning America now. Mattel is going to look into doing, what was it, Hot Wheels, Polly Pocket, Rock'em Sock'em Robots was the
Barney.
other one. Barney's already got the green light for that. I'm sure that Mighty Max is probably not going to be too far away. I know they have a few other things as well too, but probably not as well known as those that we already mentioned.
Probably not. So yeah, so we get Barbie, typical Barbie dream house. We're in Barbie land. Might as well just go with the plot with this as we go down. We always do, but
It's a land of, so it's established that it's a land of make believe.
it's a land of make believe, and she plays stereotypical Barbie, which is not a real Barbie, just your average Barbie doll, I guess you would say.
Just call her the
And
OG Barbie. Just say
OG
kind of,
Barbie, right? So she lives in her dream house with other Barbies and all these other Barbies, different kinds of Barbies. The women are in control, right? The Barbies are the president.
Barbie is in control.
Barbie's in control. And Ken, one of my favorite lines towards in the movie is they're like, where does Ken live? And they're like, I don't know. And it seems like all the Kens, their existence is just to impress their Barbies. And it doesn't seem like any Barbie gives a crap about any Ken at all. Like they don't like him. Like he's a disease. Every Barbie, including OG Barbie here.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So I have the benefit because I have two younger sisters, and so playing Barbies and dolls was obviously right there, right next to me, happening, whether I wanted to or not. Sometimes it'd be easier to jump in. Sometimes you would, I guess, troll it. Yeah, try to really sabotage the tea party that was once, and have a monster Ken come in. Hey, I'm Dracula Ken, just trying to kill you and turn you into vampires, just like me. I'm Dracula Ken. This is me. This is what I sound like.
Blah.
Blah.
You sound like Woody Allen, but go ahead.
That wasn't completely Jewish, was it? Hi, I'm Ken. Oh wait, okay. I'll work on the Ken voice. It's got to be deeper, right?
Hi, I'm Ken.
Well, no, because there's all these different types of Kens. Because Michael Keaton played a different Ken in Toy Story 3, right?
Right,
Well,
right.
yeah, that was a Ken, right?
That was a Ken.
Yeah, he played it with an ascot.
But
So
Barbie loved Ken in that movie.
I feel like
Barbie
there
doesn't love Ken.
was a kind of a Toy Story inspiration in this movie as well too, where all of the people playing a Barbie or a Ken had to kind of, well, act as if they were a toy.
Right. Now,
Because they
watching
are.
this movie, we get the beginning, we get the opening right of Barbie and her world and her going through routine. And my wife, every time she sees a Barbie, she would go, that Barbie's real. That Barbie's real. That Barbie's real. The one that made me double look, my wife, was when she said, yeah, the pregnant one's real. That's real. I looked it up. Like there was a pregnant Barbie.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Midge.
oh my
I've
God.
looked up a lot of this stuff too since this.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So, typical story, right? All the Barbies don't care about Ken's. Ken's want to have a beach
Hi, I'm
off.
Dracula. I'm Dracula Ken. I'm back again. Does it sound better now?
No, that's not good. You got to be more eccentric with you got to be more nasally.
I'm from the hills, Ken. Dracula.
Hey, do you want to talk about the
Transylvania.
beach off?
Yeah,
Beach off.
how does one beach off?
You know, every time they said it fast, we all know what we were thinking, right?
Well, I think
I
that
mean,
was
that was
the
odd.
joke
That was
there, yeah.
that was the joke. What is a beach off? Is a beach off later when they did their big musical number? I don't know.
Well, I was interested in that. I guess if one is to know how to beach off, then one would need to know how to beach.
Yeah, how to beach, especially with everything is fake, and he gets completely destroyed by trying to go to a wave. Guys, look, I don't want to break down this movie. Everybody's listening. This is a very stereotypical story. Barbie the next day, everything's screwed up. She's not walking her tips anymore. She's walking flat-footed. Can't figure it out. She goes to see
Thoughts of death.
thoughts of death. We get Weird Barbie by my girl, Kate McKinnon. I love Kate McKinnon. I've always loved her. She's like my female Will Ferrell. I just love everything that she's in. She's funny. I enjoy her. So it was funny to see her in this role as Weird Barbie. The thing that I don't understand about this movie that's making me scratch my head is that the reason why that stereotypical Barbie, Margot Robbie, is glitching, if you will, is because the person that's playing with her in the real world is thinking of thoughts or not playing with her. I don't understand that, because what's with all the other Barbies and Kens? Are other little girls playing with them and everything's cool? Are they all addict toys? I don't understand this logic.
Yeah, it's quite a throw that we're supposed to believe there, but how about, Jordan, just for the sake of having fun, of make believe, as it were, let's say that because we know where the mother is, she works at Mattel,
Yeah,
and maybe
Ugly Betty
that
himself.
Mattel magic is rubbing off on her. Maybe that's what it is.
Right. I'm very pissed off that America, whatever her name is, but she is an Ugly Betty. That's what I know her from. I'm really pissed she's in this movie, and I'll tell
Really?
you why. Yeah, I'll tell you why. Not pissed because she's a bad actress. I actually really enjoy her. But that role that she ends up playing with the mother-daughter role is so like pushed far to the background towards the middle and end of the movie that you could have just casted somebody else that was not even remotely to a status of that. You know what I mean? Like, I think America is a great actress,
Ferrera.
and she needs to be in the foreground more. She was in the background a lot.
Yeah, but it's Barbie's movie.
Yeah, but okay, but why cast her? This actress has won tons of Emmys. Like, put somebody that we don't really necessarily care about, or some washed up actress that hasn't done anything in a while. Maybe Charlize Theron could have played this role.
I see what you mean, but at the same part, there's a lot of names attached to this movie, man. So the bank can only go so far, I guess. Mattel could really maybe they got a bargain with a casting agent there, but you already have Margot Robbie. Issa Rae is a huge name already in her own too. She probably wasn't cheap.
Who's
Uh,
that?
she played the president. You know,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay, where am I
you also had a custom soundtrack with all these people in here too. So you're making custom songs from Lizzo, Dua Lipa. It is a big track list. So you have a lot of money on that. John Cena, well, they're in everything nowadays. Uh, am I gonna say it right? Simu Liu, got it.
Who?
Shang-Chi.
Oh, was he the Asian Ken?
He played Ken.
Asian Ken.
Ken. They're all Ken.
Oh God, I want that Ken hoodie.
On the billing, it does not say Asian Ken. It just says Ken.
Ken. So Barbie goes to Weird Barbie, and Weird Barbie's like, "Hey, things are screwed up. You have to go to the real world." And Ken stows away, and they have to go to they have to camp. They have to ride a snowmobile. They have to go over. They have to be on a boat. All these stupid nonsense stuff. And then
It's a nod to the commercials, by the way.
oh, is that why?
The traveling from the real world to the kind of the make believe, the way they would do that is a lot of times I think I had said somewhere that it was a lot of times to pay a nod to how they would advertise the vehicle Barbies, and just also probably get a way to put all the vehicles in there as well too, because Barbie's got a lot of stuff. Barbie's got a lot
She
of dream
does.
houses. She's got a lot of cars. She's got a lot of jobs. She's got a lot of things. Got a lot of people. Got a lot of pets.
Well, of course, we see this story 1,000 times. Her and Ken go to the real world, and they're the odd ducks, and of course, all the men are pigs and slap her ass. Really? I mean, like,
they were looking pretty good, by the way, too. I was thinking,
they don't look strange for L.A.
yeah, I thought the same thing, Jordan.
They're walking around wearing these crazy costumes. Like, that's normal in L.A., right?
That seems LA normal.
Right. And then Ken starts to see all the men are respected and honored and bros, right? And he understands that there's a patriarchy. The biggest thing that I really, really laughed out loud at is when he goes to these jobs and they're like, "No, you're not going to get the job because you don't have MBAs, you don't have masters, you don't have this." And he's like, "But I'm a man."
Yeah, please.
he goes to the doctors or female, and he's just like, just give me a white coat. And she's like, no. And he's like, but I'm a man. Like, I'm just like, God, that's gonna set manhood back 20 years at least. Like, Jesus.
Well, probably the CEO who before the doctor was saying just like, oh no, it still exists, but we're really good at hiding it now.
Yeah, it's funny. I
Yeah.
mean, like, it's funny, but still, it's like,
Well, it's
it's
that dark humor,
right, which I
it's-
really enjoyed.
of course, it's good
really
that
enjoyed
it gets brought up like this. So
Right, because not all men are like this, but it's just funny to me. So then he decides he's going to go back to Barbie Land and somehow convince all the Kens that this is the way it's going to be. And he has this plan, and we don't know how this plan happens. Because eventually, when Barbie goes back to Barbie Land, that's exactly is what happens, right? All the Kens are bros and frat boys and dudes. And why did I say frat boys? I was one.
and horses.
And horses and all the girls are like, can you talk to me about Godfather? Because I don't know anything about it. I kind of like.
Hilarious.
I actually said that to Gina. I was like, how many times has that happened to you? She goes, oh, sweetie. Yeah, she just, oh, sweetie.
Yeah, the way
She
that
was sweetie.
President Barbie comes over and says, "Oh, can you restart it and talk through the whole thing?"
That's
Oh,
exactly. I
it's
said,
perfect.
yeah. I was like, Gina, is that me? She goes, oh, sweetie. Is that you? Have you done that with Sarah?
Not with Godfather, but I'm sure I
In
have
general.
done
Yeah.
that with a movie. I don't know if I've done it with Sarah. I'm sure I have, but
Is that technically mansplaining? Is that not mansplaining?
no, I think that's just us getting overexcited about something.
What is mansplaining?
Mansplaining is telling a woman who already knows well what to do, telling her what she already knows.
Oh, okay. See, I thought telling her about a movie like a Godfather was mansplaining, but that's not what that is. Okay.
No, that it'd be like in this movie, a female doctor, for Ken to go in there and for him to tell her how to do her job. That would be mansplaining because
Gotcha.
she's like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm a doctor. I don't need you to come in here and tell me what to do because you're a man and you think you're correct.
So at this part in the movie,
Please.
I was except please, my man. Actually, believe it or not, at this part in the movie, I'm not really loving Gosling at this point of the movie. Right when he's in the real world and he's finding, I just find him to be not that great. He was just bland to me. The moment that I turned and thoroughly enjoyed it, when he was full on bro with that amazing, amazing Tyler Durden mink coat.
Oh, yeah.
I want that mink coat. What did he call the house? The Dojo Mojo
Casa.
It was amazing. Like every dude would call his house that.
Hold on. I'll get it. I'll get it.
Because while you're getting it, everybody who is listening, if you have seen it or if you haven't seen it yet, the moment that Barbie goes back to Barbie Land and Kens are taking over, when you see Ryan Gosling wearing this mink coat, every stereotype about a dude is perfect. Everything about a dude is I loved that part. It was just like, yeah, that's such a stereotype. We do that. Horses and music and bro and dude and saying all these words, like it's stereotypical, but it's true. With every stereotype, there's some sort of truth to it.
Yeah, and I'm glad that it didn't necessarily make it so that it left the bad taste in my mouth from the movie. At least not for me. I can understand that there's a lot of the conservative audience that really seems to be butthurt about this, but I thought this is more of a defense to Barbie and not an attack on today's patriarchy.
I don't think it was an attack on today's. I think it was making fun of both genders, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, because Barbie had this delusion that everything was fixed, that the feminism and equal rights, existed, and everything
Right.
is happy, everything is awesome, and stuff like that. And she realizes through the daughter when she goes to the real world that it's quite the opposite, right?
Right.
It
Right.
she is the fault for this horrible image of body shaming, and I think there's a good moment there where she realizes that, oh, my way of thinking is outdated, and the patriarchy is one of those outdated things that she's thinking of.
Yeah.
Mojo
It's
Dojo
explosive.
Casa House.
That's amazing. Mojo Doja Casa House. That's an oxymoron, and I love it. I love it. I mean that's my garage now. Mojo Dojo Casa House. That's amazing.
I would imagine that Mattel is going to go gangbusters with merch.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Everybody's buying. I mean, you yourself even sent me a link to buy the I'm Ken Enough rainbow hoodie.
Enough,
Like
yeah.
I'm Ken Enough. Like I'm gonna buy that. You know I am.
You're gonna rock it too, buddy.
Of course I am. If I can rock Hey Dudes, I can rock anything.
I think it was great that this movie had a meta look and not necessarily broke the fourth wall, but was very playful towards itself. In like this part when Ken took over the Barbie Land, and whatever was real Barbie Land, I guess, sells in Mattel world, in the real world. And so there's a part where they cut the warehouse, and that foreman's just like, these Mojo Dojo Casa houses are selling off the shelves.
We got to get more of them. Yeah. One of my favorite jokes too is when Margot Robbie's doing the ugly cry thing and like she pauses and the voiceover is like, the producers of the movie knows that this should not be coming from Margot Robbie.
Oh right, yeah.
That was hilarious. Skipping a little bit, but Will Ferrell. So go back to Will Ferrell. I'm sorry. She's in Mattel. Barbie's in Mattel, and they want to put her in the box. I think I'm asking too much of this movie to give me the logic because the logic doesn't make any sense. I asked this question earlier. I'm going to ask it again, Eric, just for this plot point that they're trying to do. But stereotypical Barbie is malfunctioning because something is wrong with the person that's playing with her. But we find out the person that's playing with her is somebody our age, somebody in her late 30s, early 40s who has a teenage daughter. And she's sad. So now Barbie's messed up. Doesn't make sense. I don't understand it, but I'm going to move past it. She goes to Mattel, and Magatu, who should be Magatu, but Will Ferrell's like, just get in the box, you Jezebel. Right? And for some reason, she's supposed to go into a box, and then when they seal it, she's going to go back on the shelves to be sold. I don't know. That's weird because it's a giant box. It's not a small box.
It seems that as the movie progresses, that Will Ferrell's character, and maybe some of the CEOs themselves, are aware of Barbie Land, and some of the staff too at Mattel, that this happened before with Skipper in Florida.
Yeah, so okay, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that they had this protocol in place to put Barbie or whomever in the box so that they would just eventually ship them back to Barbie Land. Because remember, Barbie was down to to guess not do all this. She's not Adventure Barbie.
No, she's not Adventure Barbie.
I did like when Weird Barbie tried to give her the Morpheus treatment, and she said, "No,
That
I'll
was
take the high heel.
hilarious.
I'm ready to forget."
That was good.
That was real good.
That was a very good parody on a movie that was not a parody. She was like, "No, you're going to pick the sandal. I was trying to give you a choice as an illusion, but you're going to pick the sandal." That probably would have happened in Matrix. That was funny.
I think it's fun where she kind of denies it, that red pill, but she's kind of force-fed it. But at the same part, Ken, if you could say, is the one who's getting red pilled the entire movie.
Nice.
Whoa. Yep.
Good night. Oh, I gotta censor myself. Oh, that was good.
Gonna get a letter in the mail for that one.
Oh God, that was so good, Eric. Good job.
And it's gonna say, Eric, please stop.
What I don't want to stop is hearing Ryan Gosling playing "Push" by Matchbox 20.
That I couldn't stop myself from laughing on that one.
God, that was so good. And I'm going to see Matchbox 20 next month. So it's like, that's hilarious.
It's no matter how good of a singer Ryan Gosling will be, I feel like if he were still to try to serenade you with a guitar, it's just going to be funny. He's just a goofy person, and there's not really any way that you can pull it off. It's still fine. Like,
It's funny.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
all those Kens got hot bods, so that you're already halfway there, buddy. You don't need to really do much else.
Yeah, I want to know if that was him too. And I said that to Gina, and she was like, "It doesn't matter."
I probably does not matter. I would imagine that those guys probably dehydrated themselves and put some bronze on, and got that lighting real good. There's a lot of neon colors everywhere, and
There's
they are dark, so there's some good shadows. That lighting is hitting those ridges where it needs to.
yeah, they definitely accentuated it. So
Compliments to
Ken
all the
goes back.
Kens, by the way.
All the Kens are taking over. The Kens are going to change the Barbie Land Constitution. So Barbie, and it's okay if a real human goes back to Barbie Land. That's fine. So the mother, the daughter. We did talk about the daughter. I hate. If there's one person I hate, it's the daughter in this movie. She
Why?
is. Oh come. She's just so been there, done that. She's so teen angst. I'm gonna describe what Gen Z feels about modern society. I'm dark. I like the used because it's ironic. You know, like like my anthem is, "Welcome to the Black Parade." Like it's just come on. I've seen this before. Winona Ryder, Beetlejuice, if you will. It's just yawn.
Yeah, and especially because it's not like her home life is suffering. The parents are still together, so you can't say where's the father because he's learning Spanish on the couch.
Which is her real life husband, by the way.
That's great. That's the real life husband.
Yeah, that's America's real life husband.
That's awesome. Uh,
And yeah, and they live a good life. It looks good on the surface.
yeah. So exactly,
What's
is
the
it just one of
problem?
those where it's just a kid growing up and just realizing what the world is like? Yeah, it's stereotypical, but it's at the same part like there's not really too many options you can do with a teenage girl, right? Like she's the whole point of her was that she's growing away from her mother.
She's
And
going away
she
from
thought,
Barbie. Yeah.
oh, you know what? Well, she made a mention that maybe she associates her mom with Barbie because she called out her mom for like pretending to be this good like working at Mattel, this kind of good
Right.
looking person. Well, her mom is drawing this dark stuff and sketching dark Barbies and existential dread uh Barbie, and she made a comment just like, well, mom, that's the cool stuff. Like, geez, if I had known you were going to do that, then I would be bonding with you. So I don't think it's so much about her going to black while her mom is pink. I think it's so much as it's saying that her daughter is distancing herself because she's grown up, she's trying to find herself, and herself doesn't involve playing Barbies anymore.
Sure, but I'm just saying, been there, done that for me. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I
I,
agree.
I, I do get what you're saying, and I do agree with you. I'm just been there, done that. Like I wanted something fun. One thing I found odd is when Barbie escapes Mattel, she runs into this room of this old woman. I've seen this woman before. Where have I seen this
That's
woman?
Rhea Perlman.
Right, I've seen her 100 times.
Yes, you have. She's been on many different things. She's Danny DeVito's
Right.
ex-wife. She was in Matilda the movie. Do you remember the
There you go.
non-musical?
Yeah, I do. Um,
Cheers.
so we find out at the end of the movie, cheers, thank you. We find out then in the movie that this woman is the ghost of the woman that created Barbie. And this is a throwaway line that nobody would pay attention to, but like Will Ferrell's running and he's screaming like a typical Will Ferrell part. And he's just like, oh, that's the person that created Barbie. She's a ghost on the 17th floor. Like, I just found that hilarious, that little line. It's just because it's Will Ferrell delivering it. Get off the shed moment. Um,
Fun fact too, Rhea Perlman voiced Harley Quinn on a few shows.
I read, I don't know if it's true or not, but the old woman on the bus bench is the daughter of the woman that created Barbie.
Oh, nice. There's a lot of Easter eggs in here that
A lot of Easter eggs.
that obviously if you were a Barbie fan, if you were a Waylon Smithers, you would pick up on all of them. And some of the times you wouldn't. I was able to get some of them. I got a lot of the references, not all of them, but I remember like my sisters having the camper. There's a camp one and a doctor one. They never had any sort of dream houses or anything else like that. But Polly Pocket was a big thing in the family for a bit too.
Riley has a camper. Very good with the Will and Smithers, but it was Malibu Stacy.
You know what I meant. Shut up. You can't. You want to get sued?
Shh, you want to get sued?
Hey, they made a reference to Shining in the movie too.
They did. Are you guys shining right now? I don't know. Yes, maybe. So the Barbies have a plan. The plan is that Ugly Betty is going to do this female empowering speech to deprogram the other Barbies. How they got deprogrammed to be subservient to Ken's, I don't know. The movie didn't show us. Who cares? I don't know that they were that easily manipulated, but here we are. All the Barbies eventually get deprogrammed, and the Kens decide that they're going to have a war, Ken against Ken, which eventually I feel turns into the beach off.
Yeah,
That's what I, because the Kens all become one, and I'm just a Ken. I'm just Ken.
it was a that was a pretty good peach off.
How about you? But I'd beat you off every day.
The Barbies' plan to take over Barbie Land from the Kens was a pretty a fun one, if I to say the least, where it had them fight against each other, right? And
Right.
the part when it panned out and all of them were on the beach singing more Matchbox 20.
Yes, and they have one guy drumming.
Oh yeah, that's the one drummer.
And this is where, and the funny thing is that this is so true. Like growing up, being high school, college age, you're that one guy that plays the guitar, right? And all of a sudden the girl pretends that she cares, and then she goes off to another guy. You're like, oh, not saying that happened to me. I'm just saying in general. Like, I mean, that seems like that's something, right? Like a guy will show his muscles or
Well,
something to impress.
When they said just like take it away from him, and she looks at her phone. That's the thing, right? That's the Kens. They have the attention, and then take it away from them, and then they just start freaking out. And
what's this say about guys? Does this say that we're like that we're just attention whores? Is that what they're saying?
Sure, if you want to interpret it that way. This is not a new interpretation. I mean, it has been suggested for the longest parts of life that men are just kind of like the dumb apes, while the women are the ones that progressively and intellectually push society forward. There's been a lot of papers that have been around the anthropology, I'm sure, that support that theory. Just letting you know. Rick and Morty did an episode like that, right?
Go on the oil rigs, lady. I would love to see you on the oil rigs. So next subject.
That's
Pushing it forward. I want to see you build skyscrapers. I'm just kidding.
well, they probably would find alternate means other than digging up oil from the ground.
Correct. They would find stupid gorilla men to do it for them.
You see, that's exactly right. Who's stupid, right? The women who aren't going on the oil rig, or the men that they get to do it go on there for them.
Right. But they need us, just like we need them.
Actually, do you know that this is kind of a non sequitur, but in the same part that I thought I heard like maybe on Howard Stern, probably appropriately, right? That the highest paid strippers are not in Vegas, that they're in like North Dakota and like Montana by the oil rigs, because it's just guys who are on the oil rigs getting paid crazy amounts of money in the middle of nowhere, and on their off days they just go to the one or two bars there in the strip club, and apparently it's just a huge way to make money there. There you go.
Sounds like the palace.
So wherever you want to get another job there, Jordan, you can go up there and shake it.
Did you like my joke?
Yeah, I did, Jordan.
Always laugh when we say it. Yeah, so Ken gets a huge monologue. Again, I want that mink coat. That's just amazing. This is what I said at the beginning, earlier in the show. This is the moment where I turned positively onto Ryan Gosling, and I really, really I didn't want to say felt because I didn't feel anything, right? Besides happiness or just like I feel bad being a guy. Uh, but he was just really good. He was fun. And I don't understand. I still don't understand this Ken and Barbie conflict. I still don't understand why Barbie has nothing to do with Ken. Just none. They don't care.
Well, I
I
think
don't get it.
yeah, again, to how I was interpreting it, and maybe you will feel the same, is that Barbie is delusional. She's in this world, this Barbie land, where it's just her. Every night is girls' night. She doesn't have to worry about men really being a bother to her at all. Grabbing,
Right.
pinching, groping, doing anything inappropriately, catcalling, being overall, I guess, kind of men, I guess. She doesn't have to worry about that. Lives in this happy, awesome, everyday world. But eventually, she finds out that it's not all about her. That there are other people in this world, and other people like to do other things, and they have other feelings. And hey, Ken wants a dream house too. Um, Weird Barbie has feelings too. Doesn't like being called Weird Barbie all the time, and maybe sent to the hills to live with the other weird people like Magic Earring Ken and whatever the other guy was.
Which I guess are real. I guess all the weird ones are real. That was crazy to me. Um, Also, what was it that? Oh yeah, one of the funny ones at the end was when one of the Kens were like, "Can we be part of the Congress or the cabinet?" They're like, "No," and they're like, "Can we be a judge?" You're like, "Well, yeah, we be a judge on some low
On the little
circuit
one,
court."
yeah.
Yeah, like that was funny. He's like, "Hey, got to start somewhere, big guy." Liked that part. The movie got really serious there for a moment because Barbie doesn't want to be Barbie anymore. She wants to be real. She wants to be a woman. She wants to be in the real world. And she has this Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows, in a white background nonsense stuff about her. I don't know. I actually checked out at that point. I was like, okay, this movie's trying to get way too serious. I'm in a theater. I'm the only one that's not wearing pink. I snuck in some theater beers. Should I have done that? I don't know. Like at this point, I'm just like, why are we going super, super serious? But then, of course, the end, she's now flat footed. She's in the back of the car with the mom and the daughter. She's looking great, ready to go for her job interview. She's excited. She walks in, and the woman at the desk there, "What can I help you for?" She's like, "I'm here to see my gynecologist." That got a laugh.
Hey, Barbie's got parts now.
Yeah, Barbie's got parts. That was a good one too. That's a good joke with Ken. I got all the parts.
Yeah, that's a good
That
one.
was a good
Oh, what
one.
did Kate McKinnon say? I can't wait to see what kind of fleshy mound he's got under there.
Yeah, You know what's funny too is my wife brought it up is that I showed her the famous skit on SNL where Kate McKinnon's that like trailer park woman and Ryan Gosling was there when she got abducted by aliens.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right, and like she said she just wanted to work with him again to mess with him again.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she did, just messes with him. So it was funny. It was funny. So, Eric, what is your popcorn rating for Barbie?
I enjoyed this movie. I had fun with it. I really did. I'm not the target demographic for it by any means, and I get what they did with how it goes. I can tell you right now, I did appreciate very much that there was um not just a story, but kind of like a pretty good message within that story. That they didn't just cash it in and go completely market and completely just commercial with it, which let's be honest, there was a lot of it already in there to begin with, and I'm sure their merchandise is completely selling out right now. Everything is going Mattel's way, but overall, it really did feel like the message of the movie was to try to update both Barbie and Mattel's image a bit more, by saying like, "Hey, this is an out of date image. This is an idea that is supposed to evolve. It's not supposed to be stuck onto one thing." And I think they did a very good job of putting into that message. There are some downfalls to the movie. Will Ferrell's character really the more I think about them, really, it didn't need to kind of be there. Whether it be him and the whole crew, was that Justin, or was that Thoreau? Trudeau? What's his name? The guy from Your Highness. Oh goodness.
Don't know, but yes, you're right. Will Ferrell didn't need to be in the movie.
Yeah,
Hire some unknown B name actor.
I think I've seen him somewhere else, but maybe he just looks like it. But yeah, either way, a ensemble cast of other forgettables in a suit. It just didn't really seem like they had much purpose there, other than to maybe, I don't know, be on the contract of Mattel for the representation to make sure they don't look too bad. But I feel like it could have cut out a bit more of that movie. For what they were doing, it really was great. It was funny to now in this day and age, as we are watching movies, to be like, all right, well, that's a superhero, that's a superhero, that's a superhero, that's MCU, that's MCU, that's DC. So that's another kind of funny thing. I don't know. I want to say medium. Like, I would watch this movie again. Um, I it kind of just wasn't, like for me. I'm not saying, oh my god, like it's the best thing of the year, but I had a lot of fun with it. It really surprised me.
All right, medium for you. I'm a little different than you. I will give it a medium, but my medium's a little bit different because of what I've said in the episode so far. I don't like some of the choices that they made, some of the actor choices that they put into it. Will Ferrell should not have been in this movie at all if he wasn't going to go big. You don't put Will Ferrell in this kind of a movie and not have him be Mugatu. I mean, this movie's crazy. This movie's Anchorman. You got to have him go big. Positive notes. I do like Gosling in this. I do like Margot Robbie. Perfect for the roles. John Cena was a fun surprise just because I'm a wrestling fan, so it was
What do
cool.
you think of Michael Cera?
My one swear word for the episode. I don't give a shit. It's last time I saw him, he was just snorting cocaine and slapping Rihanna's butt. You know what I mean? And I don't care. He had one big hit and Superbad, and I don't care.
He's doing some
How
Scott
about this?
Pilgrim type of stuff in this movie.
Yeah, screw Scott Pilgrim. I don't like that movie. I don't like the movie. How about this? Michael Cera, whatever's familiar face, but I feel like the star of this at the end would have done better. It's fine. You are correct. This is not aimed towards me, so I don't get a lot of the references. But medium, solid medium. Nothing wrong with it at all. My wife gives it a large.
Yeah, I'm flipping back and forth on that too, because it really did impress me, because I really was thinking, just like, how do you make a Barbie movie in this day and age? And for them to do the make believe thing, I think was just a fun bit. But you're right. I think they kind of pressed or stretched too much on the rules. Like, well, wait, why is this one girl special? Like, is it because she works at Mattel? Why did Mattel know? Skipper came back. Is there, there's a lot of,
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
when you do that sort of thing, it's, I don't know, it's hard to do.
Cross-eyed.
Yeah, Looney Tunes back
get
in action
cross-eyed.
was hard to do
Yeah.
that. I think Roger Rabbit could do that in Cool World, and that's about it.
You just bring up Cool World.
Yeah, I did bring up.
Wow.
Cool,
Wow, you brought
Cool World.
you bought that one. Yeah, and I mean, how else they would have done it?
That was a good awakening, wasn't it? Huh?
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I don't know how else they could have done it. I mean, we got the movie that we got. I was happy with it. I was excited when I heard the casting. So yeah, I mean, like there's nothing I can really like say this movie's crap and don't see this. It's fine. It's fine. It's completely fine. And I think it's a good movie. It's not a family movie. My daughter's not seeing it, according to my wife. So,
You didn't take Riley to go see it?
Gina said at the end of it, she goes, "Yeah, Riley's not going to see patriarchy and Barbie being smacked in the butt and all that stuff." No, she ain't seeing that. Sorry, whatever. But then I showed Riley. Dude, since we're on air still, I showed Riley the opening of Jaws, by the way, the other night.
Okay.
This is a great little send off. So Riley has somehow from friends or from the school has heard of Jaws, right?
Yeah.
So she says, I want to see Jaws. I was like, no, you ain't seen Jaws. Why? Because you ain't. Because you're 7. You ain't seen Jaws. She's like, oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah. So she keeps on bugging me. And then 2 nights ago, I was like, all right, bud, I'm going to show you the opening. Let's see if you can survive the opening. That opening is terrifying in Jaws. When the woman goes swimming, right?
The
It's
music,
terrifying.
of course.
The music, everything, right? It's terrifying.
Yeah, anyone who's swam the deep end knows what that's like, right?
Absolutely terrifying. 2 things, only 2. Number 1, I didn't know there was boobs in Jaws because my wife was like, a few times, when she was getting undressed. And number 2, my daughter, at the end of it, when she gets 8, says, that was it?
Yep.
And my point, it kind of goes with Barbie in a way, maybe. Let's see if I can put these 2 together, is that's the generation. You and I and the generation before us, X and boomers, saw the opening of Jaws, and it was terrifying to us. Like this woman's swimming, and then something's dragging her. She's screaming, it hurts. God help me, and then dunk. Terrifying. But you send this to a generation alpha, as my 7-year-old, and goes, that's it?
There was the same part with Exorcist because I remember when my dad had first shown me it, he had said, and I'll bring this back to Barbie, that this movie was the scariest thing that he's ever seen when in the theater, and you should have seen it. Okay, so rent it, go home, watch it, and we were tweens maybe, and we're watching it, and just like the same Riley reaction. It gets over, we turn back and say, all right, well, was that it? Is there anything more? And he's like, what? That didn't scare you? Just like, no, not really. It was just kind of like another movie. And then, you could turn on an updated movie of something else and be like, no, this is a scary movie. Sit down and watch this one.
Makes me nervous.
It's just kind of the times there too. So that's why I'm curious about like why a movie like Barbie or a movie like Heavyweights is too age or inappropriate or too inappropriate for someone like Riley to watch, when it seems like, if anything, targeted specifically for her.
I don't know. I didn't get into it. When Gina said she's not watching it, I just, okay.
Yeah, because I wonder, as a 7-year-old, what would stick and what wouldn't. What's
none of the patriarchy stuff, none of the chauvinistic stuff. What would stick was a real life Barbie doll, being Barbie. That's probably what would stick.
And there you go. On a rewatch of this though, because I would imagine that many a little girl is going to take this on to do DVD or streaming service and rewatch the hell out of this movie. That those parts where America is doing her rant, her attack, kind of her venting on the patriarchy. So on maybe the 3rd, 4th, 5th rewatch, a little girl might start to hear that and resonate with it a bit more. It might start to remember it and think, okay, that could be something else, and get the end message. That might be overall kind of the benefit of that movie as well too.
I have no idea. I'm thinking if she can watch a woman be ate by a shark, she can watch Barbie. But who am I? I took her to see Thor last year, and that was a mistake.
Do you think it's because of stupid, sexy Flanders? Oh, I almost said it.
Stupid, sexy Flanders.
It's stupid, sexy Ryan Gosling Ken. Is that what it is? That's why she's not allowed to see it, is because she
it's too sexy.
He sees all the Kens and just like, well, that's.
I'm straight. Maybe for her point of view. You know what also is sexy, Eric? Go to Movie Guys Podcast at podbean.com.
Nice.
Yeah. Go to Movie Guys Podcast at podbean.com. Click on this episode or the other episodes you can get from. Just type in the search bar or go to our categories. If you want to know how our reviews are structured and our popcorn ratings, click on that tab wherever you can get. We are hitting almost. We're not quite there. We're almost at 500. Almost. Episodes.
Oh, that's cool.
So, like 400 something episodes, if you can think of, we have done. So thank you so much for downloading. Check us out on iHeartRadio, on Spotify, on Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast from. We are on. Thank you so much for downloading. And we'll be back next week with another awesome episode. Have a good night.
You wearing that? I was hoping that, to be honest, I was hoping to see a little green on those. Those things are a little bit too white.
I don't use these to mow.
Yeah. Those are those the styling kicks there?
Yeah. Oh, dude, speaking of which, so every man, and if you say no on air, because it's going to be our end stinger. So here we go. Every man has a pair of scratching shorts. I don't care if you're going to deny it, Eric, or not. The truth is, you are a heterosexual male. You have scratching shorts. Now, for those people who are listening that don't know what scratching shorts are, scratching shorts are shorts that you've had for a long time as a guy. They've had paint on them, grass stain on them, beer stains. Every stain you can think of was on these shorts. And there's a hole perfectly hidden in the crotch, right? Right between the boys to where if you're standing straight up, nobody can see the hole. But as soon as you sit down, you're Sharon Stone and Basic Instinct. It's just all out there. Scratching shorts. Okay? You with
Well,
me?
I'm, I am. That's very detailed. I'm wearing mine right now. These are just basketball shorts.
Scratching shorts.
Not as much scratching as you had described there, and not as much holes as you would describe, but definitely
Form.
have a tale to tell. I can tell you that.
Seen its day.
Oh,
Well,
it's been coast to coast and all
story
around.
story goes further. So, um, one day, a long time ago, I was missing my scratching shorts. I wore them every night. That was my pajamas, if you will, a t-shirt and my scratching shorts, and they went missing. And for the longest time, I couldn't find them until Gina, my wife, finally admitted that she stole my scratching shorts and turned them into rags. Okay,
Okay.
rags.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
why I tell you the backstory is because scratching shorts has now become scratching shoes, if you will. I
Oh
have a
boy.
pair of white Adidas, like Fred Durst. You know I'd be loving this, right? Adidas white shoes.
Uh-huh. It's gonna get them hyped down there. Yep.
They are the one left. Well, the left one is so bad that my toe is starting to stick out from the top. Like
Okay.
they're falling apart. They're the most comfortable shoes I've ever had. I
So you don't
know
wear them
when
for
those
the
shoes.
fashion then?
No, no, I don't wear them outside the house. I
Jordan, I
wear
was hoping that you were gonna say that your scratching shorts ran away because of how aggressively you had scratched your shorts to the point where holes were coming in through the bottom of them. Those poor shorts.
telling me that's not true. So anyway, Gina says to me,
Stained still. Ugh.
guess what she said to me
Wash those
last night?
shorts.
She said, "Hey Jordan." I said, "Yeah." I think it's about time we throw away those white Adidas. And I said, "No. You threw away my scratching shorts. You're not going to throw away these now." She goes, "They're not the same thing, Jordan. These are shoes." I said, "Doesn't matter. Don't you throw them away." I have hid them to where she cannot find them. So every Saturday and Sunday, if I'm out doing yard work, I'm wearing my white Adidas that are, dude, the right one, the sides are blown out.
No,
Like
no,
it's almost
I
a
understand.
sandal.
There's
Almost a
there's an
sandal.
evolution of the dad shoe. It just seems to quite literally go down in tears. It's almost like there's a staircase and it just keeps on, it starts up at the top staircase and then maybe the basement staircase. It gets by the back door. It gradually just gets down and further until eventually they get thrown away, or probably one of them lost, most likely. And so you had to throw the other one away because the other one was finally destroyed. Feels like an old Seinfeld joke, right? Just like
Until the one day when my wife says, "I turn them into
men don't
rags."
men don't throw them away. They just disappear one day. That's what happens.
True.